Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, all about seed saving today, and why not start off with potatoes. There's no reason why you can't select a few of each of your varieties to grow on the next day. On the left there we've got the Picasso, in the middle we've got the Condor, and on the right we've got the mystery potatoes from Steve's single seed potato challenge 2023, where my video ended up abruptly ending very quickly. The screen froze for some reason. Moving on to radishes. These are a giant variety, but you can see there the seed pods are forming, and we'll be saving a few of those. The pollinators absolutely love this, and it's well worth leaving some of your plants to go to seed. You can't save all the seeds, but it's always worth trying. You can do the same with beetroot. These are my giants. These have gone to seed. I won't be saving these seed, but these will hopefully form into the seeds that we normally plant, and it is worth doing if you have the space. It's quite easy, and probably easy to take cuttings off your fruit bushes, but I do have some plants that fell down, some berries that fell down last season. We pulled most of them out, but they do come good. Sometimes it's worth doing it that way if you're not happy to take wood cuttings. We've got the gooseberry bush there, and not far away from it, this started off as a seedling at the beginning of spring. Asparagus, the berries there, they're drying out nicely, and here are, you might be able to see there, there's one of the ones that fell down last year and started to grow. This is well established, so I'm not going to bother, but these seeds will fall down. They'll be food for the birds and compost for me next year. Jerusalem artichokes, exactly the same, save the tubers. Basically I harvest them, the last harvest around about January, February, out of the containers, and then repot them up straight away, exactly the same as what they would be if they were left in the ground. Runner beans, they're prolific at the moment. We're harvesting as quickly and as fast as we can, so it just encourages more and more flowers. If you keep harvesting, the plant thinks it's, if it hasn't got enough beans on the plant, it'll think it's dying. It'll keep producing until it's satisfied that it can drop a few seeds on the floor to keep going. So later on, perhaps a few weeks time, I'll be leaving a few of the bigger ones on. At the moment I've been taking them off to encourage extra flowers. This is the giant Mongolian sunflower, and these are probably one of the easiest to seed save. Just take a few and then leave it out on a flat space for the birds, mice, rats, whoever. But if you put it somewhere out the way, then hopefully it'll just be the birds that get them. But while the rats are eating my sweet corn, then they're not going to be eating the sunflowers. Sometimes peppers can be very difficult to grow. They won't produce flowers, or the flowers will come and nothing will do. I was told a long time ago, I learnt my lesson early on, that I was watering and feeding too often. The plant thought it was lovely. Said stop feeding, stop watering, it'll think it's dying, then it'll produce fruit. We can also save the seeds from these, like I have done in the past. I've got another sowing of radishes here, and they're just coming good, but if suddenly they do bolt, they end up looking like this. Again, flowers for the pollinators, and we can help ourselves to these before they go dry. Excuse me. Excellent in my lunchbox, and then as they dry out we can get these hung upside down somewhere dry and away from any of the rodents. But these are the Sparkler 3, absolutely super for seed saving, and these are probably my own seed, he says. We'll have a little look, let's not cheat. There we go, look, Sparkler 3 save seed. So I bought one packet of seeds, and well, you can see what I'm going to get from these 3 or 4 radishes that bolted quite early on. These are the golden gourmet shallots that I purchased, and the seed heads formed. We put the net over the seed head, let it dry a bit more, and then I cut them off. And then when I went to pull these out, they're already started to split. So we'll leave them where they are. I did plant some of my own saved golden gourmet shallots, but it was a difficult season and a lot of them went to seed. Shallots, if they go to seed, they aren't affected like onions are. They're perfectly fine to pickle afterwards, so saving the heads and getting the shallots is a win-win. Walking onions and the aprea, I harvested them. I left the small ones in the ground. I don't know whether I'm going to get bitten because how the weather's been. Everything's growing really well, but onions normally do quite well over the winter, and we want them to go to seed because they walk and produce many smaller ones. I need to get those put in a safe place before the mice get hungry. And there's the oprea. Garlic is the same. Leave it like that. As soon as we want to plant them on, already planted. I planted them, I don't know if I put a date on or not, but we just break the clothes up, pick the best ones and get them planted. Because in nature they would stay in the ground and just keep spreading. And there's my elephant garlic, buried deep down. And what we've done here is popped a second sowing of the silver skin pickling onions in, and hopefully they'll mature nicely. We'll pull them up, we'll cover this with cardboard, and then we'll keep checking to see when the elephant garlic appears. That'll appear as soon as it feels it's ready. Once it's had a good winter on it, it'll poke its head through. I've never saved melon seeds, but I will try. Some of these are F1s. This is the Malaga. I've got another one there, Emily. Was it Emily? Hang on. Emure. I was weeding all this area, and I noticed that the bugs had got into the bottom of it and the seeds were showing, so we cut that, took it home, but it wasn't quite ready. But it was still very nice. I don't like to waste anything, even if it has been nibbled by something else. Tomato mini bell, this always does really well, and we've trailing, so we've put it in one of the lampshades. The lampshades are sunproof, but they're not waterproof. That's why I've had a few break. But there's nothing wrong with letting one or two of the tomatoes go really ripe, and then you can slice them up and put them in some compost, leaving them in a cool, dry place. And they'll go into my fridge, so we'll be definitely saving some of these yellow minis. I've had the purple Ukraine before. I've took a few off there. Notice all the leaves are gone now. That's blight management on my behalf. You know, I space my potatoes out, you know, I pull the haulms out in case of blight. Don't go nowhere near your tomatoes when you're messing about with your potatoes during the season. Whoops-a-daisy, just get off track. We've got a little friend in there digging out my bed, so I've left him a little present inside. and I've tried to take a few leaves off, but cucumbers this time have been absolutely wonderful. Don't save cucumber seeds, they're hard enough to grow when you get a few brand new. Just pop in the comments anything that you seed save, so you can share with everybody else. Orange banana, very slow, but I am making notes on what gets blossom end rot, and I won't be growing them again. Just too easy to grow the things that are tolerant. The giant vegetables, something like this, I'll probably try and save for seed. Colleen's not very well at the moment. She's oozing in one or two places, and Colleen, please don't die on me. I'll just keep drying it out. Hopefully it'll last a few more weeks before harvesting. The black cherry was saved seed. I had those sent me from somebody else, and we just let them get really ripe, slice them up, pop them into a pot, and then we give them a bit of warmth and water, heat in the spring. First time I've grown the crystal apple cucumbers, and they've done really well as well. I might try and save some seeds from those. Be interesting. If you don't try, you don't know. So hanging in the shed away from the mice, he says, hopefully, are the pongos. That was the first sowing in the polytunnel. I've got more going to drying out, and let them dry out a little bit more, then hang them up, and then wait till they're reasonably dry, open the pods up, get the seeds out, put them into a paper bag. Hopefully they'll dry out even more before you put them in a tin or something that will keep the mice away. You can so easily lose everything so quickly, peas, etc. These are the netted bags that my wife gets her wool in, and unfortunately I haven't labelled these up. One of these will be the red onions from Wilco's. I want to save them because poor old Wilco's is gone or going. These are the golden gourmet that we spoke about earlier. Here we have some banana shallots, long red Florence. These are from a couple of years ago actually. The seeds are still sitting there. Banana shallot sabroon. What's this one? Variegated onion. Babette, we've still got some seeds from the variegated onion that we saved, and then some more seeds in there. And these are the giant onions from Peter Glazebrook, or originally from Peter Glazebrook. Didn't have much success with those, but they seem to keep quite well in those nets, and I shall be doing some sowings very soon. I'm going to grow all my onions from seed this year into next. I've just noticed some of my carrots have gone to seed, and they're probably F1s, but I did this last year, and this is what we got. We just sprinkled them in between the lettuce, and that'll be an interesting reveal later on when they've matured. And of course we don't like saving weed seeds, but they are there and they will grow. Some calabrese there that's gone over. The flowers are coming, and there is a possibility you can save seeds from those, but I don't normally bother unless it's on the giant cabbage side. I do need to get in here to have a good tidy up. No protection. Bottle protection. Need to do that earlier on, especially collecting a few more of my socks. I nearly cried when the wife said she was going to throw those away. I said I can put them to good use. The rats have gone nowhere near it. Well, I hope you found that interesting. Please bombard the comments with your seed saving ideas. It's been a challenging year for me with the weather and for work, trying to keep on top of things. I'm trying to get my allotment as good as I can for when I retire, and that way I can perhaps come up here and relax a bit more. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.